Hello. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Can I get the camera over a little bit? That's kind of where I'm sitting, right? Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Welcome, everyone in the chat. James, Monica, hats off games. Well, I'm glad that it popped up. YouTube's notorious for not putting its notifications up properly. Hopefully, audio and video fine. Yeah, hair extra floopy. No time. So we are playing here. Oh dear, has this got like a strange video effect? No, it hasn't. That's just on my tiny screen. I think when you shrink the screen down enough, I get all these wavy lines because of the funny mat. Hey, that's not what this stream's supposed to be about, though. This is supposed to be about pinball. Am I? How am I? I'm usually way too low. Am I too high up? There we go. So, yes, we're here to play some pinball, some roll and write pinball. Possibly one of my favourite roll and writes, even though, most of, practically all of my plays have been on a print and play just laminated thing from last year. But I think it's great. Hi, Steve. How's it going, Steve? See the advantages of the later streams. Hey, Gaming Ninja. Marty Cam. Marty is currently... I should have put something up so that I could share it, but Marty is currently downstairs on the sofa with Rach. Which is good, because he never comes up on the sofa. In this house, anyway. He used to, at the old house. I think he's starting to realise that he can kind of bake in the sun, because it is still fairly sunny outside. Hopefully everything's sounding pretty good as well. Got some kind of microphone trickery going on that should be hiding the sound of... the fact that I've got the window open and stuff. But I'll say it's a massive relief to be in this sweltering room and it not being unbearably hot in here. It's still fairly hot, but hopefully we can manage that a little bit. No aircon here. So, what are we doing? We're playing some pinball. I have some special roll and write pinballs here that are going to go around this pinball table and try and score the most points, essentially. It is a multiplayer game. It's your classic roll and write. We roll, we pick a die. Everyone has got the same selection to choose from. We roll again. We keep rolling until there is no more rolling. There is, in the multiplayer game, there's no interaction between the players or anything like that. Fine by me. But there is a bit of like you stop. As with pinball, you stop when you run out of balls. You've got 3 balls in this, and you can get multi-ball as well. But when you've done your 3 main rounds, that's it. So if you don't manage to keep it going long enough, then you might be out of the game earlier than everyone else. But we don't have to worry about that because this is solo. I was thinking, just before I started actually, I wonder if this would be a good one to do playing against the audience next time. Because I would like to do more of these, supposing you enjoy it, because there are loads. There are 4. Yep, there are 4 tables in this. So there's Carniball is the kind of starting one, and then Cyber Hack. They all have their own little quirks, their own sets of bonuses and things like that, and have more and more complex things in there. And then we have, and I've only played, I've only played Carnival so far as well. But then we have Dragonslayer. And finally, I should have kept them in my hand. It's the other side. And finally, I was excited about Dragonslayer, but then we've got Disco Fever. So there is some great pinball action to come if you enjoy Carnival. And we'll see how long this takes, eh? So yeah, no Marty Cam. You fell off. What happened, Monica? It's dry erase sheets, so it comes with enough for 4 players. The boards are all double-sided, so it's got the backboard and the table for 2 different tables, and there are 4 different tables, so basically 8 of these things, except more than that because of maths. Anyway, so I won't kind of go through all of the stuff at the start. I've got a feeling I'm going to sneeze, but it's really, really taking its time. I won't go through all of the scoring stuff just to start with, since it's just me. I'll tell you what's happening as I go along. But basically, we want to cross off as many things as possible and score the most points. This is mainly my score tracker. You can nudge in this as well. Just like it's got everything that Pinball has got, apart from, you know, I can't get like the Addams Family music or anything like that. Hopefully they can team up with, what's that? Is it Williams that make all the pinball tables? They can team up with some of their classic things. Basically, Addams Family is the end of my knowledge of different pinball tables. I'm sorry to say. I used to have some kind of unbranded thing that you used to have to chunk the backboard into the table. But let's get playing. So, the ball, you can't quite see from the outside, but the ball is going to get sprung up here. This is where it starts. Hi, Joel. How's it going? Oh, yes, I should say. Joel, just your being here has reminded me. Like the video, especially if you're watching back later, and comments and stuff. And if you would like to help me keep making all of these video things, it's patreon.com/slickerdrips. And if you are on YouTube, at least, a little robot has given you a handy link. Thank you, little guy. Other platforms, you know, the robots are under development. So, I am coming to the top of the table up here. And basically, you're going to roll the dice, and you've got your choice of these two numbers. And it's up to you what you do with them. So the ball, as you might expect, you know, being bound by gravity and everything, has to come down. You could basically do something right down at the bottom if you want to, straight away, or just have it come straight down to the flippers. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but if you want to, you can. So you can do something right at the top here and work your way down, or you can skip a section if you really need to, especially if, you know, as these sections start to fill up and you just need one number to complete something, you might desperately want to skip, or you might have to because you haven't rolled something that you need. So, yes, the things up here, we've got these Ferris wheel cars. So you fill 3 of these for a skill shot. A skill shot is basically you can ignore what the numbers on the dice and use one of your skill shot numbers. You can only choose each number once, and once it's gone, it's gone. But filling up all of these Ferris wheels get you a skill shot. I'll say, by the way, that it's kind of your standard Roland Righty dry erase markers with the handy eraser on top. I'll just grab this big one here because it's easier to hold. Hi, Michael. I've got no idea where the first pinball machine was made. It's more like those. It's just got like holes in it, hasn't it, for like the balls to fall in? It's that kind of pinball is like, well, say classic, real classic. I don't know when that would be though. Probably surprisingly long ago. Hi Lee, how's it going? I hope I got this. I don't know what a good score is, but we've got to get some triple digits going on here. A pinball game at a small cafe. Yeah, we would have played it at some kind of arcades back when they used to have like a couple of things like in pubs and stuff. Maybe they do now. I don't know. When's the last time I've been in one of them? Yeah, well, probably the place where a lot of people have played the most pinball is the Windows 98 pinball that's on there. There's Space Pinball. Spent countless hours at school and stuff playing that. It does look a bit complicated to begin with, but it's like roll and write. So like you've got up front, if you were say playing the game straight away, you need all of this explained to you straight away, don't you? And this is the more simple one, but you would need all of these various sections describing to you straight away before you can even start, so you can make your choices when you go in. And it's got, you know, its own little bonuses and different ways of doing things. But it is, so once you get going, like a lot of rolling rights, once you're rolling with it, it's quite snappy. So I have a 2 and a 6 to choose from, and all of these Ferris wheels up here are completely empty. The clown does look a bit terrifying. I should have done that, Devon. I was talking about playing it kind of against the audience like I did with Quacks of Quedlinburg. But there is, if you are a speedy player, and it's on Board Game Geek, I think. Or you can watch, if you're watching this back later as well. There are sheets available for, at least for Carniball. There is a print and play version available, definitely, because it's what I had. It's what I played it on. And maybe you can open that up and do markup, or open it up in Paint or something like that, and have a crack at it. But yeah, I think when we do So yeah, there won't be print and play available at the other tables, will there? Or we could come back and do like a me versus the audience or an audience participation of it. Be interested to see what scores we will get. I just need like, yeah, if you last longer than me, just roll some of your own dice, or I'll just roll a load of dice after I finish, and they can be your extra rolls in case you go on for longer. Bagatelle is an old analog version of pinball using a stick and marbles. Using a stick? Yes, the first sheet is available on PMP. Yeah, can't sleep, can't eat me. Right, so I'm filling in. It doesn't really matter right now, but I will just fill in 2. I'll go for 2. So I'll cross off number 2 on the Ferris wheel. That's the round. Roll the dice again. The next thing you do has to go down. There is something special with the bumpers, as you might expect. So I have to choose somewhere for my ball to go in here. And of course, this bumper is the only one with 4s and 3s. But once you've gotten into the bumpers, you can stay in this zone for your next turn, as long as you can hit another bumper. But you have to go clockwise to the next one. There is a bonus that lets you go the opposite way as well. But just normally, you got to go clockwise. So I'm going to go for 3. There's 2 of each number. So if I roll a 5 or a 6 next time, I can stay in here. And it's basically a point per thing on the bumper. So I have earned myself a nice little point there. And I think, yeah, no points just for the Ferris wheels as they are. Oh, thanks, Steve. I would be crossing these off for ages. Yeah, you do. You can do either number and you cross off the whole, I was going to say cable car. Ferris wheel. Yeah, there's a cable car to the circus. Why not? To the carnival. Right, so I am going to try. Well, I say try. And stay in here. I've managed it. So I've got a 5. So I'm there. I've earned myself another point. Keep going. Got 2 whole points. I've rolled a 5 and a 6 again. I would need a 1 or a 2 to stay in here. So I can come down now to the target zone. And I can decide where to go in that. If you fill in all of the sections on either side, you can grab one of the bonuses over here. So what would I like to go for? You know, it's easier to fill these in, but the bonuses could potentially be better if you go for the red ones. You know what? I'm going to go the easy way out. I'm going to go for the duckies rather than the balloons to start with. So it's a 5 or a 6. I will just do... Let's say I chose the 6. So we're coming down now to the flippers, because that's the next section. See, they're all gated off like this. So I've got a 1 and a 3. So there's a few different sections on this. The flippers themselves have basically 3 chances to activate each of those flippers. Based on the color of the flipper you activated, you have to go to that color of thing, and you can go straight ahead as well. Oh, thanks, Steve. That's why we need Steve here. I would end this with like 2 points for getting all of these things. So yeah, if I chose, like, I've got a 1 here, I could go on the yellow flipper. I would have to go to a yellow thing, so it could be the Ferris wheel, the bumpers, or the duckies. Whereas if I did red with, say, the 3, I can't go to the Ferris wheel, but I could go to the bumpers or the balloons, or I could go to the test your strength, which you have to start at 1 and then go all the way up to 6, but you can get 20 points for filling in that 6 at the end. So, should we go for test your strength? I think I'm going to use the 3. Oh, so as well as the normal flippers, there are these lanes here that get you 2 points for going down, but you need a 2 or a 5, and then you end up on that coloured flipper. And then there are the out lanes here, which will get you 2 points for every filled red flipper box or yellow on this side, and then you lose the ball. But you have to have activated the bonuses of those over at the balloons. So I'm just going to go for 3 then, and I'm going to go on the red flipper. So I'm going to hope to do test your strength. So I need a 1. Oh, there we go. So I'm going up to the test your strength. I fill in the one there. It's not worth any points, but next time I come back up here, it is going to be. So now I've got to come back down into the target zone. What have I got? 2 or a 1. Well, that can do me another section in the duckies, which is another point. And then if I get a 3 or a 4 next time I'm up here, I can grab one of the bonuses. I can choose something. So I've got a 6 and a 3. So I can go to the red flipper again. It's a bit risky, but I think let's try it. So I'm hoping to roll a 2 with nothing to influence that. So I've got a 3 and a 5. So I can't go up to the test your strength, but I can go up to the bumpers. So I think I'll do that. I'm going to fill in, it's the last 3 or the last 5, whatever I pick. I'm going to go for 5, because hopefully I'll roll a 1 or a 2. So that's a point. So it all starts racking up. And then I need a 1 or a 2. No, 5 or a 6. And that's where I already am. So I've got to come down. I can't fill anything in the duckies with a 5 or a 6. It's got to be the balloons. So it's this is the 6 or 5 space. That is another point. So that's 6. But I'm already back down to the flippers. Oh, I have got... So I've got a 5 or a 2. You know what? I'm going to activate the 5 over here and be on the yellow. Because that is 2 points. And then I can go all the way back up to the Ferris wheels. 6 or a 4. Boom, let's go up for the 6. So that's 2 of the Ferris wheel cars done up. Nearly got a skill shot. 6 or a 5 on the bumpers. Well, there isn't a 5 anymore, so I'm going to have to go for 6, which is a point. Can I get a 1 or a 2 to stay up here? 6 and a 3, no, unfortunately. But 3 is great for the duckies. That's another point. And then, so there is a key for the type of lines, by the way, as well. There is solid lines, get erased when all of the boxes of that set are complete. Dashed, get erased at the end of the round, so when you lose the ball. Double, never erased, that's just once. So, my bonuses here, fill in the next 2 feet of strength spaces. I'd rather do that just to do the last ones if I can. Flip a pass until the end of the round. What's flipper pass? I've forgotten that. Oh, you can use your flippers to hit anything, regardless of the colour of flipper that you're on. Or, what I'm tempted to go for, multi-ball. That brings in your second ball up here, and you have to use one number for one ball, the other number for the other ball. What do you reckon? I think flipper pass or multi-ball. What you're more enamoured by? You see double the silver flying around. Or, if I did get that flipper pass, it might be easier to fill in that feat of strength because I would have more chances to go on here. But that flipper pass that's it for the whole... You know, I only get the bonus for this ball, and I can't choose that bonus again. I do get... Yeah, or I could choose to take 2 points if I wanted to. You can always choose 2 points or 3 points for the red bonus. Multi-ball, that's what I like to hear. We're going to go for multi-ball. And watch me just lose these balls straight away. I could show you tilting as well. But if you tilt and fail, you lose both of them. So I could show you nudging and tilting. But we'll see on there. So yes, it ends when you start a turn with 0 or 1 balls. Yep. Right, let's go for it. Yes, and as Steve says, all of your points are doubled while you've got multi-ball going. So I've got a 5 and a 5. So not much choice there. I could try nudging if I want something else. So 5 is going to have to be the last space on this red flipper. It's my only option there. I think I'm going to go for that. Let's do that. But I'm going to nudge. Should I nudge? I could nudge and get the Ferris wheel car. But... So basically what happens is I could nudge and change the die to something else. But I write in, like, I can only nudge one of the dice. I've only got 3 opportunities to nudge in the entire game, so maybe you want to wait until your options are all used up. And so if I rolled if I wanted this to be a 4, I would nudge it into the 4, cross off a nudge, and write 1 in the nudge, because I've changed the die by 1. When we roll the dice, if the difference between the dice is greater than or equal to the amount I wrote in, so as long as I don't roll the same number in that case, I would be fine. If I did happen to roll the same number, if you roll numbers that are the difference between them is lower than what you nudged by, you lose that ball. That's over. That round's over. And if you're in multi-ball, you lose the whole thing. So I don't think I'm going to nudge yet. We're just going to have to come down to... But with 5s, I can't even come down to the bumpers, can I? We'd have to go straight down to the targets. I do need to wipe off the targets because they've been all filled in. Oh no, this great big marker's smearing more than the normal one would. So we're going to have it come down straight to the balloons? I think it's gonna. I'm going to say... Oh, but balloons haven't got 5. I'd have to do the duckies. Yeah, let's do the duckies then. That is 2 points. I was really hoping for at least a variety of numbers. Not a particular number, but not the same one. I've got a 1 and a 3 now. I'm in the red, which means... Can't go up to the Ferris wheel anyway, but could go up to the bumpers with a 1. Yeah, because that would be nicer to start with than coming in to, say, the 3, because then you've got to get a 6 to keep going around. It's going to be hard to do the bumpers because of the way that they've come out. So I get 2 points because it's doubled because it's multi-ball. So that was using the 1. The 3, we're going to have to go onto the yellow flipper here and do that middle space. Rolling again. 5 and 5 again. So not... Oh dear. Are we going to try and nudge? So with the yellow... I'm basically losing one of the balls, aren't I? I can only nudge one of them. There's nothing to really be done with a 5 again, because I'm rolling it so much. Because there's no space for 5s up here, down. There's no space for 5s anywhere. So I'm going to have to nudge something if I don't want to lose both of the balls. What if I... So if this one's got a 5... Yeah, it just comes straight back down, doesn't it? Into nothing. Yeah, there are four different pinball machines. There is. Oh yeah, I forgot. For anyone that arrived here later, I should still have them out. We have on the other side of this one, we have Super Hack, and they get more and more complicated. So Carniball is the easiest one. We have Cyber Hack, and then we have Dragonslayer, and finally, Disco Fever. Is that the right way around? Yeah, Disco Fever is the advanced difficulty one. Yeah, the D&D one. They all have more and more different things. I've only played Carniball so far, but yeah, it's not just different art. It's completely different rules for each of the tables and different bonuses and things. Getting more and more complex. You learn spells and stuff in the Dragonslayer table. And there is the boogie bonus track in the Dance Fever. I love this. Right, so if I don't nudge, I lose both of these. Because there is nowhere for a 5 to go, not even on flippers. So I think I'm going to use a 4 with this one. So I've used up a nudge, and the difference was 1. So that this one can come up to the Ferris wheels. And I want to skill shot a 2? A 2. Let's say a 2. It does mean, though, that this 5 has to be used for this ball. Can't carry on in the bumpers. can't... There's no 5s free here. There's no 5s in this section, so it's just going to fall straight down. And multi-ball, as quickly as it started, is over. I have got all the Ferris wheel spaces available now, though. I can get multi-ball on the balloon side, too. So we're back to being able to decide, but hopefully we don't roll the same number. Okay. Well, that's not good. That is the first ball over, basically, because I needed the difference of the dice to be at least 1. Because now we have tilt. And that's it for this ball. Unfortunately. But we've got 2 more balls, so that was number 1 gone. Oh, am I needed? No, I don't think so right now. Oh, you got it on your wish list, Monica. I had this on my wish list for, I don't know, it feels like it can't be like quite a year. I think it was in the time when we didn't have lockdown here. We had a massive lockdown and then we didn't have one for a little bit, and we had friends over because that's when I remember I played loads of it, and then we played it 4-player once, I think, just with my laminated version of this. And ever since then, I've just been like, when is it coming out in the UK? And actually, because I wanted those, they're too far away now. I wanted those Mage Knight cards. There's like 4 cards that come in the Ultimate Edition, and I haven't got that. But you can order them from the USA, but it's expensive, right? Getting any postage. So I thought, well, I'll throw something in. This is my chance to get Super Skill Pinball. Took so long to come that it had come out in the UK by the time that it got here. But hey, at least I've got it now. And we're going to be doing pinball spells in no time. Exactly, the dice aren't listening to me. I said I wanted a different number. I have got that 2 locked in, though. So we can go for, we haven't got a choice, have we? 5 or 6 in the Ferris wheels. It's available at the end of the month. Great. And there's another one, right? Another one is about to come out in America, I think. WizKids, if you're watching, I really love this game. Send us the new one, right? I've got a 2 or a 3. 2 is more likely, isn't it? Remember to stop giving myself double points now. 15 points, though. Getting into the big leagues. Okay, I want a 3 or a 4. 4 will do me, so I can stay in the bumpers and get another point. Come on, I need a 6. I got a 6. Okay. Dice apologising a little bit now for what they did to me in the first round. I need a 1 or a 2 to stay up here. No. Okay. Gloating too much. 5 or a 6 is no good to me here. Oh, I need 2. New round. Your flippers, of course, refresh. Maybe I should go to writing with this pen so it isn't quite so hard to erase. So yeah, I've got to come down to the flippers. 5 or a 6. I think I'm going to end up in the yellow flipper, the yellow 5 there, so I can get 2 more points. Although, yeah, it's worth saving for if you got multi-ball again and you can double it all up. I think, Joel, it was like things are taking ages to get delivered anyway, and WizKids had just moved factory or something like that. So yeah, it took a good long while, but hopefully, yeah. If number 2's coming out soon, when is it coming out? Maybe it's coming out in S, and I know it's this year, or it says this year on the BGG page anyway. So I've got a 4 or a 5. We can go straight up to Ferris wheels, try and get another skill shot. Then, come on, down to the bumpers. I want a 1 or a 2. Because even if we get a 3 or a 4, there's nothing to go clockwise on. 1 or a 2. 3 or a 6. Okay. Well, might as well take the 3 while I'm here. For a point. I'm not going to be able to carry on. Low numbers, please. 2 or a 6. Okay, I think let's go for the other multi-ball. Let's go for 2. That's nearly the duck bonus again, isn't it? Yeah. If I could play some copyrighted music on here. Hi, Rohit. The skill shot is basically I can ignore the dice and have a 2 if I want to. I cross it off and that's gone for good. But yeah, I can choose 2 instead. And I can nudge the 2 if I want to. I gain skill shots by filling in all 3 Ferris wheel spaces. So I've just done the duckies. New roll. 3 or a 4. I think I've got a good feeling about the feat of strength here. I could use my skill shot to get in the feat of strength. Exactly. Tom Channels told me. 6 and a 3. So that's rubbish for the bumpers and everything. I'm feeling like I could put a 2 and then try and go in the bumpers, but no, I'm going to go in, use my 2 skill shot already to do feat of strength. That is a point now for doing the second one in there. And I need to fall down a little bit. 3 or a 4. Well, that is perfect for another ducky bonus. So I can have... I think I'm going to go for flipper pass. I feel like that is going to do me well for trying to do the feat of strength. So I've got that active just for this round. So I can go to any space from either flipper. So a 6 or a 4. Let's do a 4 on the yellow flipper. Try and balance them out a little bit. So I want a 3 to go up to my feat of strength, or a 1 or a 2 to go up to the Ferris wheels. 3. Brilliant. Up to the feat of strength. Go up there, get a point. Come back down. Oh, where's my eraser? My duckies should be empty again, or at least smeared everywhere. Falling down to the duckies or the balloons. 2 or 4. I think let's go for some balloon bonuses. We could maybe get the multi-ball going from here. Yeah, I'll do the 4 on there, which is a point. 25. 5 or a 6. We've already used the 5 on there. So I think let's do this 6 on the red flipper. And 1 or a 5. 4 I need for test your strength, but since I've got flipper pass, I can go to the Ferris wheels. And that's all 3 cars, so I can have a skill shot. Well, why don't we try 4? Use all the skill shots for test your strength, because it's 20 points, the top space up here. And if I could get multi-ball going for that, that would be amazing. Dragonslayer is your favourite, followed by Dance Fever, Cyberhack, and Carniball. Well, that's exciting because I have only played Carniball so far. I can't wait. I can't wait to be casting spells and stuff in Dragonslayer. How does that work? Pinball casting spells. And yeah, four whole new tables in Ramp It Up. When is it coming out? I know it's this year. But when this year? I need it. 6 is no good for bumpers, but it is good for duckies. Can't actually use it in balloons. And then 5 or a 6. Well, that's going to have to be the 5 on this red flipper, and then that's the red flipper used up. Come on, 4 gets me to the test your strength. 1 or a 3. So I could use the 1 on bumpers, but I might as well use it on Ferris wheels, right? I've always got my skill shot to get boosted up there. 1 or a 4. Well, the 1, there's 2 spaces in the 1 section, so I'm going to do that. And that's a point. And then hopefully I can go to 4. There we go, 4. So I can bounce around to that bumper. I'm not going to be able to bounce anymore, though, because I just need that 2. So I'm going to have to drop down from multi to multi-ball. 1 or a 5 in the bonuses. Well, let's keep going with the balloons. 1 will do me there. Hey, Zind. This is not on Kickstarter, I don't think. It was just straight to retail. It is like, I don't think it's out everywhere yet. It's been out in the US for a while. It came out in the UK a couple of weeks ago, and apparently Norway soon. So hopefully it's on its way. Scott, I have, just for this round, the flipper pass active, which means that I can go to any space from either flipper. because I filled in the duckies bonus and chose that. But it only lasts for this ball. Normally, yes. You're restricted in the spaces that you can go back up to. So the flipper, I've got a 1, so I can still stay in it. 1 or a 2 doesn't help me with the test your strength. I could use my skill shot, but I'd kind of rather save that until things get dire. Do you know what I'm going to do? I can't go up to the Ferris wheels anyway. I'm going to use that 2 to fill in the final bumper, because that means all of them are filled in and they all get erased. So I still need, a 3 or a 4, but much better chance now of being able to carry on. So I'm in the 1 or 2 section, aren't I? 3, that'll be great. Stay in there. Get another point. 1 or a 2 isn't good. Can't go anti-clockwise unless I've got the bumper bonus, which also doubles your bumper points. So it's a good thing to have. So 1 or a 2 is going to have to bring me down to duckies, because balloons is already taken. And then down to the fairly full bumpers. 3 or a 4, or 1 or a 4. So I'm going to have to nudge, aren't I? If I want to stay in. I've only got to nudge it to... I could nudge the 1 into a 2, and then that's at least 2 points. Yeah, let's do that. Nudge the 1 into a 2. So I've used my second of 3 nudges for another different... Don't roll the same number again, please. 4, ideally. I need a difference of at least 1 to stay in the game. 5 and a 4 is good enough for me, so I don't get tilted out of the round again. 4 and a 5 is perfect, isn't it? Feat of strength, test your strength is waiting for a 4. I need 3 or 4 in the target zone. That's a 1 or a 2. It's not listening to me. But I can come down and stay on the flippers here with a 2. So it's dangerous time now. I forgot my 2 points. What for? Did I just forget some points? I can always use this 4 on something if I need it as well. For the flipper nudge. Oh, thank you, yes. So excited that I got to stay in the game. I forgot all about it. So 5 will get me up there. I haven't rolled a 5. I could use the 4 and then nudge it, but I won't. That's my last opportunity to do that in the game. So I will use, I think, my 3 to put me up at the Ferris wheels again. Better mark than that, please. And then the bumpers, we hopefully stay in the bumpers for a little bit. 3 isn't ideal, because that's all the 3's gone now. But that is a point. Then 1 and a 4. Unfortunately, can't stay in there. Gonna have to come down, but a 4 can be used on the duckies, which is another point, and that fills the whole thing up. So we could fill in 2 feet of strength spaces there, and that's 25 points. Seems like the thing to do rather than just get 2 points. I'm going to do it. That fills in those. So 25 points. And then I need to remember to rub all of this out. So what am I on right now? 38 plus 25 is 63, isn't it? 61, 2, 3. And we'll just remember that all of that was filled in. Yeah, they need to do a nudge nudge, wink wink, say no more Monty Python table in the new expansion. Oh dear. This just I need some of Rachel's special teacher whiteboard spray stuff. It's gone at least. Right, so this is over. I could get some points. Yeah, I can get some points if I roll a 1 or a 6 now. But there is nothing in the flippers to keep this ball going. Roll a 3 or a 4. I'm not willing to nudge for that. Although it is, like 2, 4, 6 points for either of those. I'm just going to let it go. So I don't think this is going to be a particularly high scoring one. I haven't kept any of my my scores from before, though, so who knows? This could be the highest score ever in it. I doubt it. There's spaces for like 600 on this. Yeah, I need to maybe get a better eraser. Hi, Marty. Oh, he's just out of zoom. Marty, show off. You can see the mess of the table to try and show you Marty. You can see a camera, a microphone. Marty, come look at it over here. He knows that that's the area that he would be seen on camera and doesn't want to come in. You can see some tail swishing for a sec as I erase all knowledge of round 2. I think that's it, isn't it? It's just the flippers mainly. They're now fairly dirty flippers. Yeah, you get some tail swishing for the rest of the game. Wants to go in the window. Oh, don't go in the window, please. Say hello to everyone a little bit. See, in the window is the camera that you're looking at me from. And Marty likes to go behind the blinds and knock it out of the window. Well, I don't think he likes to. I think he is indifferent to the fact that it knocks it out of the window. Yeah, he's nearly broken the focus on that camera doing that. Thought, yeah, get him out of the window. Yeah, we'll see some Marty. Get back to the beauty of zoom-inedness. If all games were this tiny and could be zoomed right in on. So what am I on? I'm on ball 3 right now, already. We've got a skill shot waiting. The test your strength is raring to go again. I haven't even got any balloon bonus, have I? So we've got 3 and a 2 to start with. It's not going to get me in the Ferris wheels, but a 2 could go in the bumpers for a point. 1 or a 6, so can't stay in here. 1 or a 6 is going to have to go in the duckies. Oh, I need to remember as well, my flipper pass is no longer active. So let's just say 1. It's a point and then 2 points if we do all of them. I want the balloons, though. Just I need a much more specific number. I need to get multi-ball going again. 3 or a 4 on the flippers already. Let's go for a 3 on the red flipper. See if we can get in test your strength. Yeah, if we could get Marty in position, I think he could just swipe. Oh, what was that? Was that a 4? He would just be able to swipe all this clean, no problem. 4 or a 6, so I'm going to go... Oh, I'm on the red. I can't go to the Ferris wheels. So I could go up to the bumpers with a 6, and that's a point. Come on, 3. No, 1 or a 5. So a 5 can get me this ducky's space, and that's a point. 1 or a 5 on the flippers. Let's go for a 5, because it's worth 2 points on this yellow one. Go again. 2 or a 3. On the yellow, can't go up to the Ferris wheel though, I haven't got the right number. A 2 could put me on the bumper. 70 points. I need a 4 to stay up here. 4. And then I need, that's another point. A 5 or a 6. 6. That is all the 6s. But hey, we're still here. 1. Oh, it was working so well. 5 or a 4 doesn't help me with the balloons, but it does help me with the duckies again. 1 point. My only choice of bonus now is 2 points, which you can just basically have forever. That's all I get from the duckies now. It's basically 5 points for filling them up, because it's a point for each of the 3 spaces, and then 2 point bonus for doing the whole thing. Then, did I have those 2 points? I think I did. Back down to the flippers. 1 or a 3. I think it's going to be a 1 on the yellow flipper. Go back to the top. No, didn't quite get to the Ferris wheels. Just got 3s, which I can't even do on the bumpers, but it's what I need in the balloons. And so I could go for the double up bumpers or double up the outlane bonus, but no. We're going for multi-ball. Here we go. Here's where it all turns around. So balloons need emptying again, so at least I've got a load of potential spaces to go there again now. Come on. 4 or a 4. Interesting. So that's going to have to be, I think, let's go with a 4 down here. And then we could use a 4 on the bumpers here, but that's filled up that bumper section, which is always annoying. I don't have a point for balloons, thank you. So then we've got 5 and a 3. Well, we're on the yellow bumper, so a 5 could catapult that ball up there. What should we take for a skill shot? I think let's go for a 1 maybe. Start the feat of strength off again. So that was the 5. I need to spend the 3. Oh yeah, double points. Was double points for for the bumper, thank you, yes. I'm a set now. 3 on this, which is going to be, let's try and fill up the balloons again. That's 2 points. And I've got 1 more nudge, and I've got a 4 and a 1 waiting on my skill shot. 3 or a 2. So that's absolutely useless for the bumpers, unless I want to nudge it to be a 1. But I don't want to lose the multi-ball, because I was keen to be nudging. Well, we'll do the 2 on here, so this is on the red flipper, because that's 4 points, because it's doubled. And then the 3 is going to have to drop this one down to the duckies. Do a 3 there. That's 2 points. Then 3 and 3 again. Ah. Oh. So, skill shot time, is it? So 3 can still be used for this one to come down and go there. And then, is test your strength even going to happen? But I could do 1 on the bumper, but I'm not going to be able to stay there. Let's just try test your strength. Use my 1 skill shot. Come on, different numbers, please. 2 and a 2. Okay. Oh, these should be wiped, though, these Ferris wheels. So it's where I could go now. Since this one is on the yellow bumper, it's going to go up to the Ferris wheel. Do a 2. This one can come down here, and let's carry on with the balloons and do a 2. Point. We have 2 and a 5. Ooh. Now, 5 would be okay in the bumpers, but we could do 5 on the bumpers, and that's 2 points. And then I could use the skill shot of 4 to put this in the 4 space of that bumper, so we're staying in it. 1 and a 6. Okay, so that could use 1 or 6. But 6... Oh no, we're in the red bumper, aren't we? So 1 would at least put it into the bumpers for a couple of points. And then 6, we can come down to the balloons for a couple of points. Hope we're able to make proper food, so you're making sausage and egg. Nothing wrong with that. Well, I like sausage. I don't know if I ever fully had an egg. Well, let's not get started on foodstuffs I haven't tried. We'll be here forever. 6 and a 3. So I can't stay in the bumpers. Can use a 6 here. But a 6 is the only thing keeping... It's the only flipper space left. So what if we use a 6 to keep this in here, and then we nudge this into the balloons for a 4, because that's 2 points, so that's a nudge of 1, my final nudge. And then, where did this go? That was on the red bumper, wasn't it? The red flipper. What do I want? Outlane, because we're not going to be able to stay in it. This is it, isn't it? So, if we roll a 1 or a 6 on the outlane, that's going to be like 12 points, isn't it? We're going to gamble. Go for the outlane bonus. One or a 6. Ugh. Never mind. Oh, so this ball's still in though, isn't it? So this ball is out now. So multi-ball is over. That would have been fantastic because it would have been doubled from this and doubled from the multi-ball. But yeah, what can you do? We can go for. So a 2 isn't going to get us anything anywhere else. 2 in test your strength because that's a point. I've apparently skipped a space in the points track, so I'll go back on that. And then, oh, balloons are open again, aren't they? So we can use all of these spaces again. 3 or a 6. Well, we might get to finish duckies. No, we won't actually, will we? Because I could, instead of getting that 1 point, let's just come down to 6. Does this yellow box count? I don't think it does it? Let's check the flipper zone. Yeah. I don't know, because they're inner lanes, not flippers. 2 points per filled yellow flipper box. So I would just say it's these 3, right? This one isn't included. So that is 2, 4, 6, doubled to 12 points. So what am I on? 97. So that should put me on 109. So that is, I don't think, a particularly high score in Carniball. We messed up. We nudged. I think I only nudged when I needed to, but yeah, the nudge didn't do me well when it kicked me straight out of the game. I think when I had a multi-ball still going, right? So that is Carniball. How long was that? That's quite a fast stream. Shall we? I haven't played it, but we could give Cyberhack a go. Oh, there is a lot of rules. Oh, not too much. Let's see how Cyberhack works. Although it is tempting to see what Dragonslayer does. Yeah, it's probably... I've got no context for what the score is. So maybe it's really high score. I doubt it, though. Since they've put like a 600 on there, I'm going to say that 109 is a beginner's score. But a beginner's score for a beginner's table. I'm sure I got... Like, it's obviously... Luck is going to play a part in it, as well as you know, saving up skill shots and all of that stuff. If you can get lucky enough that you've got your multi-ball going and you've got like double bumper points and you can go anti-clockwise and stuff as well, that frees up loads of your options, and maybe you get, you know, the last 2 feet of strength spaces which are doubled to like 50 points, it can just start racking up massively. So what's... I think since the basics are about, Dragon, I'll give it a go. This is going in fresh, but why not? If you just wanted a quick look at what Super Skill Pinball was about, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. But I do love Super Skill Pinball, and I would like to see what these things are. I'm going to go for it. I am I am bowing to the will of the people, and it's Dragonslayer time. So, shall we have a look? This should be clear enough on your screen. So, you are a wizard starting out on your adventure with just a single spell in your spellbook. Fight rats and goblins and learn new spells as you gain experience. Eventually, you'll be able to defeat the dragon terrorizing the village and capture its hoard. Sounds good. So, we've got drop targets, you know, like the duckies and the balloons. Before, we've got dragon targets, XP, a rat drop target, goblins, cast spells, rest. We've got some kind of hoard here. We've got a scroll, and we've got some yellow bumpers. So, at the start of the game, each player learns one level 1 spell of their choice. So let's find out what they do. We've got the hoard track, which is this. The dot is a special reward in this pin. Anytime you fill in a dot. Anytime you gain one, so like here you'd gain 3. Is that when you fill in these things? When you do cast, you get 2 silver dot, which is fill in 2 spaces on the horde track, and cast a purple spell. So, yeah, whenever you get that reward, you fill in spaces on the horde track in the center of the table, filling in from left to right and top to bottom. Each box is worth 2 points. You score points equal to the current horde value by comparing the dragon drop target set, or by completing it, or casting the invisibility spell. Okay. When you earn the horde bonus, it does not reset to 0. You can try and earn it again, perhaps even increasing it first, during the round. When your round ends, in addition to erasing the dashed boxes, reset the horde to 0. The bumpers, the start arrow, launches the ball into either of the yellow bumpers in front of the EXP targets. The bumpers either give a point, or, so points on this bumper, horde on this bumper, when the ball moves onto them, as shown on the table. The bumpers are erased when all 12 are filled in. The yellow flipper can hit either of these bumpers. And it looks like they bounce from the bumper to EXP and back again. Is that right? We'll see. It'll tell us. Scroll bonus. If 6 scroll boxes are filled in, here, gain a box on the horde track, learn a new spell from your current level or lower, and then erase them all when the set is complete. The scroll targets are accessible from either flipper. Inlanes. When filling an inlane box, you have a choice of 2 points or 2 horde. The drop targets. The rat bonus. When the rat drop target is hit, score a point. Since the rat drop target is a set of 1, you don't need to fill the box in every time. You just get a point. The goblin bonus. There. When both have filled in, you get 3 points. The rest bonus. When a target is filled, you get a point. When all 4 are filled, you get 3 horde dots. And erase all the cast spell boxes. You can now cast those spells again. The cast bonus. When both targets are filled, get 2 hordes, and you may cast a purple spell. If you haven't learned a purple spell or don't have one available, you still get the 2 horde dots. The dragon bonus. When all 3 dragon targets are filled, you score the current value of the horde. Do not double that if multi-ball is in effect. Yep. EXP bonus. EXP targets can only be accessed by moving from one of the yellow bumpers to the EXP targets. They are always accessible in both directions. When all 3 are filled, you gain a level. Immediately score the points shown for your new level. Learn a new spell for that level. If you reach level 6 or higher, you earn 5 points and can learn any spell. If you gain a level and already learned all the spells, you still get 5 points. The spells. Spells are tracked on the back glass. Here we go. Each spell has 2 boxes in it. You do the left box when you learn the spell, and you have it for the rest of the game. The right box is filled when you cast the spell. When it's cast, you can't cast it again until you complete the rest targets. There are 2 types of spells. Black spells can be cast at any time. Purple spells can only be cast when you complete the cast targets. Many spells change dice results. These changes only affect you. They don't affect other players in any way. Spells may not be used to avoid a tilt. You can use multiple black spells to affect the same die. Spell notes. So the familiars, we're going to start with one of these. So it's basically just a skill shot for that value, right? Just changes 1 die result. Fear, over here, gives the rat and goblin drop targets worth triple points until the end of round, but it's a purple spell, so you only cast it by doing these drop targets. Raise Dead lets you fill in the ball save circles. If any ball save circles are still filled from a previous time you cast this, you can still cast it, but instead of using a flipper box, you can erase a ball save and put the token on either flipper. Phantasm. Oh, wow. Start multi-ball, double all points and all horde gained, but that's a purple spell. Command, change a die to any number. Summon dragon is gain 8 horde. If you cast in multi-ball, you get 16 instead. Fireball. You may fill up to 2 boxes. Oh, you can't see this anymore, can you? Fireball. Fill up to 2 boxes that may be hit by a ball, so not ball save. Score points, hordes, and effects for those boxes as normal. If you fill an out lane, you lose the ball. Okay then, well I don't think it's... there's definitely more going on, but I think it's... this is doable, isn't it? I think I... not enough to do that well, but I think I get it enough. Let's do some dragon slaying then. So we need to start off with a level 1 spell. So what do you reckon? It's got to be cat familiar, right? We can pick toad, cat, or imp. It's surely got to be cat. I'm going to learn that. So that gives me a skill shot of 3 at any time. Oh, Marty is actually perched under a desk now, but I haven't got the camera set up because I didn't think he was going to be coming in here. It is a very grainy under table camera as well. Right, so I've got the cat familiar. The ball starts here, doesn't it, and goes to one of the bumpers. So it's time for Dragonslayer. Let's go. 3 or a 2. So let's start on the bumpers. Do you know what? I would really like to get the horde going. I'm going to go for... yeah, let's go for 3 on there. So that gives me no points, but... oh, actually, a horde is 2... it's 2 points, isn't it? Oh, but you only score horde with those things, don't you? I don't get any points now. I will get points when we score horde. That's... yeah, dragon scores the horde, and the invisibility spell scores the horde. So we'll be going for that when we can. So I can bounce. It looks like I can bounce from this bumper to the 5 or 6, or the 3 or 4. And then I can bounce from... yeah, well, you can see the arrows, can't you, of where I'm allowed to bounce. But I don't think I'm allowed to bounce from the 1 or 2 back up to here, am I? So we've got a 4 or 4. That's okay. I can bounce to the 4 on the X. So I can go to either bumper from here. So surely we'll be able to stay up here. 6 or a 3. 63. I will go for a 6 and get another horde space. And hopefully, if we get a 5 or a 6, we can bounce straight back there. 1 or a 3. So no, I can't. I don't think I'm allowed to... it did say you can bounce from any, but the arrows seem to say differently. What do you reckon? The bumpers... EXP bonus... yeah, you have to follow the arrows, but the arrows go in either direction. Okay, so a 1 or a 3, and we're going to have to move down into this section. So do we keep going up scroll and learn new spells? We could just go for 1 point. But no, let's go for a scroll. Let's go for 3 on the scroll. So you only get that when you do the whole scroll, don't you? Scroll bonus. If all 6 are filled in, you get a horde spot and a new spell. Okie doke. Then 4 or a 2. We haven't got a purple spell. We could just start filling it in, though. But I would like to go to... I'd kind of like to start filling rest in. Let's do it with a 4. There's my first point, everyone. Because, yeah, I could use the cat familiar and then get to empty it and have 3 more horde. 3 or a 2. We can go down the 2 here and be on the red flipper. And I'm going to fill in 2 horde spaces. So we've got 8 points on there if we were to score horde right now. But hopefully I'm banking on that. I like the sound of it. I'm going for it. We can go to the dragon bumper now. 2 or a 6. I'm going to go for 1 or a 2. So I get nothing for that. There's no points for filling in a space on it. 2 or a 5. We'll keep going for... let's go for the 2 on scroll maybe. 5 and 3. Let's keep filling in the rest spots. And then we're back down to the bumpers again. 1 or a 2. Well, 1 can put me on the yellow flipper. And hopefully, I can get going on the bumpers again. 3 or a 3. Well, I can't go on my precious Horde bumper. I'm going to have to go on the points one instead. But I can, if I get a 1 or a 2, I can bounce. I got a 2. So I go on the XP. 1 off from leveling up. I can't do it this time. But hey, it would be great if I could, right? And then back to the bumper, I hope. 5 or a 6. I'm going to go for the 5, because we've already got a 6 crossed off on this one. So that's going to be a point. So, yeah, I'm going to have to move down now. 5 or a 3. Well, we can do a 5 on the scroll. And then down to... I don't want to fill this whole thing in, do I? Because I haven't actually used a spell yet. 1 or a 6. I should have used a spell, maybe, to keep going. I don't know if it would have made a difference. 1 or a 6. I'm going to go for 1 on the cast bumpers there. I better learn a purple spell if I'm going to be casting one. 5 or a 3 to get down to the bumpers again. I'm going to go for the 5 on the inner lane here. And go on that flipper for another 2 Horde. Let's go again. 5 or a 5. We're on the yellow, aren't we? Yes. So 5 up to this bumper, which is another Horde. So 14 points if we claim the Horde anytime soon. 1 or a 3. I needed a 5 or a 6 to bounce off the XP thing. It's trickier, isn't it? You can't keep bouncing up with these bumpers as much. So we're going to have to come down to a 1 or a 3. I'm going to keep going with scroll because I could learn a new spell. I could get another familiar before I clear all the spells. Oh, and I'm going to waste one of these things, aren't I, essentially? I will get... well, I've got 5... Oh, I haven't quite filled it yet. 5 or a 3. I can do 5 on the rest and get a point. This makes you want to play Gems of War. I forgot all about Gems of War. Rach mentioned that she's got it. I'm going to write it down so I can look this up. What was I playing? Dicey Expeditions on my phone at the weekend. I started playing, which was very fun. Dicey roguelike. 5 or 6 will keep me in here. I'll go on the red flipper. Come on, dragon. Okay, 4 or 6. Well, I'm going to go for 4. I'm going to do Ag. One or a 1 on the scroll isn't going to do me much good, but we can kill that rat for a point. Oh, another one's just taken its place. We got a 2 or a 6. So I would like to have cast something first, but yeah, we'll do the 2 there, which is a point. So we filled up rest. We would erase the spells, but I haven't used one yet. I've only got 1, haven't I? But that does give me 3 Horde. So that's going to be 20 points if we get a 5 or a 6 up there. And Horde doesn't reset, does it? Whereas Dragon does. So rest needs to reset. I've swapped to the correct pen now. You can see that it erases a lot better. 1 or a 2 to go down to the flippers. It's going to have to be a 2 to put me on the yellow flipper. Come on. I get 1 or a 4. Let's go for a 1 up here on the Horde bumper. And then if I get a 5 or a 6, I can bounce and complete the EXP board. 6. Brilliant. And so I gain a level, which is a point. And I learn a spell, right? Let's check that. XP. Score with points. Yes, learn a new spell from that level. So we can have Grow, increase a die by 1. Shrink, decrease a die by 1. Or Fear, and we're very close to being able to cast this. I think I'm going to go for Fear, right? What do you reckon? Rats and goblins worth triple points till the end of the round. There isn't that much left of the round, but I can erase the spells if I fill in that board again. I'm feeling Fear as a spell. What do you reckon? So we bounced 2 EXP, didn't we? Which now clears. We are now level 2. And have a couple of spells at our disposal. If, yeah, 3 isn't going to help me bounce back to this flipper, I'm going to need a 2 or a 4 to bounce to the flipper. 2 will do me. That is a horde. So a 3 to 6 would keep me up here. Double ones, but... Oh, I haven't actually activated the fear spell yet, have I? So I can hit the rat again for 1 point. And then we can fall down to 5. We'll do that stage of cast, which is a point. And I get 2 horde and cast a purple spell. I am putting the fear spell in effect. Triple points for the rats or goblins. Oh, this table's great. I only played Carniball before this, which is absolutely fantastic. But, oh wow, so good. This game is fantastic. 1 or a 6. Oh dear. I take it all back. 3. I'm going to cast Cat Familiar. So I can use a 3. I say I've got nudges and stuff still. But I will cast my spell and now get to work resting again. 4 or a 6. We can go to Dragon. Score the Horde, which is 20... I can just do this multiple times. It's 28 points, right? So what does that put me on? I'm on 11. So that will put me on 39 points. So that's quite a jump to there. Make sure I'm getting all of that right. Dragon bonus, when all 3 are filled, score the current value of the horde. Don't double it if multi-ball is active. Yeah. It's just that, isn't it? I think. So that wipes off the horde. Oh, the horde does go away though, doesn't it? At the end of each round. It is dashed lines. So, yeah, it's not like you can just score up 100 and then just leave it there the rest of the game. 1 or a 6. I was thinking scroll, but I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna hit the rat for 3 points. We haven't got... Oh, wait, we've got a couple more flips. 2 or a 3. Let's start being able to clear the spells again. Let's go for 3. That's a point. 4 or a 5. Well, 4 is okay. On the yellow flipper. And then maybe we can go up to the bumpers again. 3 and 3. Well, actually... Can I go to the EXP bumper or do I have to bounce to it? Yeah, you have to move from the yellow bumpers. So 3s from the yellow bumper is just going to get me straight back down to here. And I'm going to have to just do cast, which is a point. And then 5 and a 4 is okay for keeping me in. This is my last flipper now, isn't it? 6 and a 4 from the red. I will start... Shall I start filling Dragon up again? There isn't much more chance, is there? I'm just going to go 4. We're not going to get back up, are we? So there's no point doing any of... But the Dragon will persist, won't it, for the next round? I'm going to do 6 on the Dragon. And maybe we can fill in a bit more of the scroll. 6 and a 2. Well, I can do the scroll a bit more with the 6. Fall down to this bit. 5 and a 2. I'm going to go for 5 or 6 on there for another point. And then I think that is it. 1 or a 6 will get us some points. 4 or a 3. Do I want to nudge and then basically risk tilting straight? Would it tilt me straight away in the next round? Are there more tilt rules in the full rules? I think it would, right? I think it would just be the next roll, wouldn't it? So I could nudge now to try and score some points here, but there would be a fair difference. It would be a 2 difference on either die. And so I could start my second ball and then fail the nudge and tilt and just lose my second one straight away. So we're just going to lose this ball, which means we are in round 2 now. And then erase all of this stuff. Erase the horde, sadly. Worked so hard for my horde. And then that's it for the rest of it. Ball starts back up here. Play. Oh, is it an iPad game, Gems of War? What kind of game is it? Is it like a match 3 gems kind of thing? I'll have to ask Rach because she could have shown me if I'd remembered it. 3 and a 1 to start off. We go to a bumper, don't we, at the start? So that's going to have to be a 1 for a point. Can we bounce to the XP? 1 or a 4. Let's go to the 4 because we could bounce back to either of the bumpers from this. And if I get another 4, that's going to fill that one in. 4 can start the horde marker going again. And then I could bounce with a 5 or a 6. No, I can't. So we're going to have to fall down. We will do the 5 on the goblin. Oh, my spell isn't active anymore. But we can cast it again. We just need to rest, don't we, to clear it off. 5 or a 6 isn't going to help me with rest. It would help me with cast that I'm not ready for yet. But I think we should still do it. Because that's 2 more horde. And a point for doing it. And wipe those off. It's you match gems but also have a hero and troops to fight with, so you gather mana for them and fight another team in battle. Cool. Is it a bit like Puzzle Quest? It's quite old now. But I really liked Puzzle Quest way back when. Probably isn't as long as I think ago. 2 will put me, let's go in here. And are we going straight back for horde again? Apparently. Coming down onto the red flipper. Let's go to that dragon space. 5 or a 2. 2 is doable. Then 2 or a 4 as we fall down. 4 is the last scroll space I need. That's a horde marker. And learn a spell. So I'm only level 2 still. I think let's be able to shrink. Let's decrease a die by 1, I think. I haven't done the goblin yet, Steve. I need to do the 6 on it. I think. I may have done the 6. I don't know. You know how my brain goes with filming things. I want to clear the spells, don't I? So I'm going to go for 1, which is a point. And then down to the bumpers, 5 or a 4. I'm going to go 5 here and get 2 more horde. So already we're back up to 16 points on horde. But we're on the yellow flipper. So 2 can get me up to this bumper and a point. 1 or a 2 and I can do my second EXP space. No, not lucky enough. 4 or a 5. Well, it's going to have to be on the scroll, isn't it? Let's do 5. Start filling the scroll up again. 1 or a 5. Well, let's just fill in one of the cast spaces. So eager to see the goblins dead, Steve. See if we can cast Fear first, although we're going to have to rest and then cast to be able to do that. 3 or a 6. Well, let's go for a 6 on here. But if I get a 3 or a 4, well, we can do the dragon multiple times, can't we? 4, brilliant. Let's go up to the dragon. That's completed dragon. That is 16 points. So there's 10, 15, 16 points. All of that's done. And the horde stays, doesn't it? The dragon gets cleared. And then 3 or a 6 here. We can go to... I want to try and do the scroll again. I think I want to... Mind you, it's going to be ages before the scroll's full. I'm going to go for the goblin. Let's go for 3 points off the goblin. And then that clears. Then 5 and a 2. Unfortunately, not got the rest there. Oh, I want to clear before we do the cast. We could get another couple of spaces on horde. And it's not far off, is it? Let's go for it. And it's a point as well. 70 points. And then I get 2 horde for that. So we're up to 20 on horde. And then cast a purple spell. I can't because it's still used up. I need to rest. 4 and 6. We fall down, and that is going to be a 4 on the yellow flipper, I think. We need a 4 or a 6 to go up to those bumpers. 4 will do me. That's a point. And then getting a 1 or a 2 would be fantastic. And then if we could bounce back and get a 6, that would be perfect. It's hurt me a bit. Unfortunately, I would love to keep that 6. We get a 1 or a 2 on the XP. 6 would complete the bumpers and clear them for me. 6. Finally. Things are all coming up Millhouse. So I'm in here, aren't I? So I can't bounce back to the EXP with these arrows. But we're so close to doing that. And it's much more possible now the bumpers are clear. Coming down 4 and a 4. Well, that's going to have to be on the scroll. Unless we want to drop down further. I could have dropped down and rested. Forget the scroll. I'm going to drop down a bit further and rest. That's a point. 3 more horde. And free up the spell. Oh, I need to remember I've got my shrink as well. I can change the die number, can't I? Yes. So we've done rest. Clear that away again. And go back to the flippers. 3 or a 1. Let's do the 1 and go on the yellow, because we could potentially level up here. Go up to the top flipper with a 1, let's say. And that gives me another horde. We're on 28 on the horde. 5 or a 6, come on. We can only decrease dice, frustratingly. 5 or a 6, 3 and a 1 doesn't help me. It's going to have to drop down. Do I want to do the rat? Not really. I'm going to go for... Let's go for the 1 on the scroll. 6 or a 1. I think I want to fill up cast now. And try and cast my fear spell again. Flippers. 1 or a 5. Well, it's going to have to be a 5 on here. I can decrease one of the dice. But no, let's do 5 on there. And then we want to try and fill up dragon again. 4 or a 5. Let's go for Ag. Fill that up. 5 and a 5 as we fall down. That's going to have to be on the goblin. I need to get this fear spell cast. 1, 2, or 3 will let me do it. 1 or a 3. Let's go for 1. It doesn't really matter. So that's 2 dots on horde. We're up to 32 on that. And then cast a purple spell. That's going to be the fear spell active again. So much more attractive to fight them. Although we're running out of flipper uses. 6 or a 2. I can use the 2 on the yellow flipper. And then 2 or a 4. Let's go for 2. Get me another horde. Although I'm filling up all these horde spaces, and who knows if we're going to go back to this. But this is the only way I can bounce to that space. 5 or a 6. Come on. There we go. 5 and a 6. Perfect. So we filled up EXP again. I am level 3. I get 2 points for that. And can get a level 3 spell. So okay, we've got Dark Tendrils, flipper die. Transmogrify, plus or minus 1 a die. Raise Dead, 2 ball saves. It's going to be a bit risky because I've got to fill in both of these cast spaces to cast that spell. I can get 1 on the way down, and then if I get a 3, I can come back up and hopefully get the other number that I need. And then I would get 2 more chances while my horde is so high. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Because adjusting the dice is nice, but I've basically only got 1 more time to fall down. So I think I'm going to go for Raise Dead and hope to cast it before time runs out. So I am on the 6. I can bounce back to the bumper. 4 or a 6. I'll go for 6, I think. Not going to be able to bounce. Oh, I can bounce back to the EXP because it's cleared again, hasn't it? If I get a 3, 4, 5, 6, I can bounce back to it. Let's go for 6. And then that bounces me back to the top bumper if I can get a space. 2 or a 4. Well, 4 is available. We're up to 38 on the horde. I can bounce to the 3 or 4 space on the X. There's a 4. This would let me bounce down to the lower bumper. I could level up again. Let's bounce to the lower bumper. I'm going to do 1. And that's going to be a point. Can I affect it with 2 spells? I think I can, can't I? Spells, left box, yep, right box. Black spells, cast at any time. You can use multiple black spells to affect a die. Because I'm thinking, if I don't roll a 1 or a 2, I could do skill shot 3 and then decrease it by 1. So I could get the EXP, level up again. And I could do like command to just change a die number. It would be nice to have a multi-ball spell, to have loads of purple spells to keep doing the cast thing. Let's see what we roll though. I don't have to use it because I rolled a 2. So we bounce to there, level up again. That's 3 points. So I'm level 4. So what should I get? Phantasm is the opportunity to get multi-ball, double your points and horde. I don't think Summon Dragon and get 8 horde. Command to just pick a die number could be fantastic for keeping me in it. But I can Cat Familiar a 3, can't I? Let's get the spell that lets us do multi-ball. Probably not going to do that now. But yeah, gotta go for multi-ball when you can, haven't you? I can bounce back to this bumper. So I'm going to go for 6, which is another point. And then fall down. 1 or a 3. Well, the fear spell's active, so let's kill the rat for 3 points. Fall down, and we want to do the cast space. It's going to have to be 4 or 6s there, which is another point. And then fall down to the bumper, we need a 3. Got to be a 3, I've got one. So now we want one of these dragon spaces. 1, 2, or 5, 6, please. 6 will do me. Because we want to stay in it and get that 1, 2 on dragon space. And then... Oh! Silly me. Thanks, Steve. EXP, yes. As I should have learned because I just did it. EXP erased when I filled it up. I could have bounced straight back to it. Ugh. Silly me. 2 or a 4. Too excited. I'm going to go for a 2 on the scroll. Although I could have got 2 on the cast, which is what I need. But I can just get... I can get the 3 if I don't roll it. There's a 3. 3 on the cast. That's going to be a point. And then I'm going to cast Raise Dead for 2 ball saves. Which means we get 2 more bounces back up. And I decide, don't I, which flipper I use. So I think like the dice still get rolled, but it doesn't matter because it just falls down here, and I want to put it on the red flipper. Come on, 1 or a 2. We can do cat and shrink, of course. Cast should have emptied. We've got a 2. Brilliant, because that's the dragon. That is 38 points from the horde. So what am I on right now? 86 plus 38. Oh dear, 124. So let's fill in that 100. And then rub out all of this. To do 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Okay, already doing better than Cannibal. Although, yeah, Carniball, not Cannibal. That's a completely different type of game. But yeah, there's more scope for it, isn't there? I love this this horde thing. And there's just spells and everything. I thought I loved Super Skill Pinball already before I did this table. So we're falling from dragon, aren't we? 6 or a 4. We can do 6 and do the goblin, which is tripled. So that is 9 more points. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the goblin is free again. I need to cross off one of my ball saves. 1 or a 4 down here. I think we want to clear the spells out, maybe. Get that going a bit. I don't think... Should I have had 2 dots? For casting a spell? I don't think I had them. Let me know. I might have already had them. If not, that's like 4 more points, isn't it, when I did dragon? I'm going to do rest right now. That 4. That's another point. A quest calendar? What's that? Each calendar... You follow your... I've... yeah, I'm in a group pledge for next year's one of those. I had no idea it existed before the most recent one. Is it good? I'm looking forward to it. I've got next year's calendar on the way whenever that's getting delivered. It looks pretty cool. So... Oh yeah, this is where it doesn't matter, isn't it? It falls down. That's my last ball save. I'm going to go on yellow. Let's try and go through the bumpers. 2 or a 4. Let's go for, well, it's going to have to be this lower one. 2, and that's a point. 1 to 4 will let me bounce up. So a 2, that gives me the E, which is no points. RH. Yes, please. How's it going, Rach? Rach's having fun. So 1 or a 6. Did I just roll it? I think I just rolled it. So 1 or a 6 isn't doing me any good here. Last chance to fight a rat. Well, not last chance. This is ball 2, isn't it? 4 or a 5. I'm going to go for 4 on the scroll. Yeah, I'm not coming back up to get the goblin, am I? I'd like to get another spell. I can change the dice, can't I? But not to get a 1. 3 or a 4 down here. Let's go for 3 on rest, because that would be nice to get that again, wouldn't it? And then I think we're falling down again. 1 or a 6 will be good. 2 or a 5. And again, I don't want to... Oh, I can... 2. And then we'll shrink to decrease it by 1. Falls down here. Per filled red flipper box. That's 2 of them, so 2, 4, 6 points as we lose the ball. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, thanks, Joel. Yes, please. If you weren't here when last I asked, which was about an hour and a half ago, like the video and comment if you're watching it later. Subscribe to the channel. There's great stuff on here, trust me. Yeah, it's all funded by Patreon. Thank you very much, patrons. That's many of whom are in the chat. Thank you. It's why I'm here. It's why all of this equipment exists, to make all of this happen. So we are in round 3 of Dragonslayer, of Fireball. Yes, let's do it. I'm loving this. 1 or a 5. So let's go for... Oh, I need 2. Wipe off all the spaces. Getting too excited. All of the Horde and the Fear spell active. So 1 or a 5. We got to do it. We got to start filling in the Horde spaces again, right? In that case, Joel, all of my flipper spaces here were filled in. But if you manage to roll one of the outlane numbers, you still lose the ball because it's falling down, but you get some points for your trouble. At that stage, I had no other option to lose that ball. If I'd planned ahead, you could maybe plan it so that you could cast it, and then on your next time down, you could rest and clear it. I don't think there would have been enough times to cast it again, though. But yeah, you've got a limited number of times you can keep going up and down here, just because of the flippers. Which you have got, yeah, you've got a bit more chance of doing stuff here, just because of the ball saves here. So we are on the top flipper, aren't we? So a 5 or a 6, I would like. Well, 1 or a 2, I can't bounce to anything, so we're going to have to drop down. Can't do scroll with a 1 or a 2, so let's fight that rat. That's just going to be a point. Fall down again. 1 or a 5. We want to rest. We want to clear this stuff off. Or do we want to get multi-ball? Why am I even asking? We want to get multi-ball. Early as possible, right? I would say this is more a... Although it isn't like a super speedy rolling, right, is it? It's a good, like... I don't know, playing it on my own, it would probably be like... It probably would be fairly quick. It'd be about half an hour, maybe? What's it say on the box? Half an hour. Yeah. So it's not like your real filler rolling rights like Quinto or something like that, where they're pretty speedy 10, 15-minute things. Kind of in the middle between this and Hadrian's Wall is like a proper... You know, probably, I think it says like an hour on the box, probably like an hour, hour and a half, kind of full-on, you know, meaty roll and write game, but it's still the same kind of thing where Pinball isn't as much about, there is like combos in it, but it's, you know, it's so nicely tied to the kind of Pinball theme that you are going up and down this board trying to hit these things by using these numbers and stuff. I was kind of struck by this when I played the print and play that, obviously it doesn't feel like you're actually playing pinball, but I feel like it gets across such a good feeling of going up and down this board. Surprising so, more so than I ever thought that a dry white board ever could. But yeah, I think that it packs in a lot of like options and not necessarily complexity, because it's not that complex, is it, what I'm doing? You've just got to like learn the different scoring things. So I'd still put it on like an easier one to learn, whereas Hadrian's Wall, because it's that great big hour-long thing, you've got a load of things to learn, which all has to be done up front, like with practically any game. So yeah, it's more complex, it's longer, but it's still like that classic roll and righty feel. But if I had to choose between them at the moment, I don't know, because yeah, these are surely going to be like, this is supposed to be a 2020 game. It's not though, is it? It came out in it came out here. It was only available to me in 2021, so it should surely be in the 2021 considerations, right? I've got 2 points, so I'm going to fill in my solitary little horde thing there that didn't really get much of a shout. What am I doing? I'm trying to get multi-ball, aren't I? So I'm on the red thing. I'm going to go up to the dragon, fill that in, 1 or a 2. Yeah, you've got more control in Hadrian's Wall. It's like the randomness just comes from it. You can have more randomness if you want to do gladiators, thanks Rach, and trade and stuff, and you don't quite know what's coming at the start. But yeah, you've got control over all this stuff that happens. I'm kind of still like taken for the ride in Hadrian's Wall, and combos are constantly happening that I never predicted, where fantastic things can happen from it. And someone did comment that like, is there strategy and stuff to it? I think so. I'm happy to just kind of get carried along with it, but I could still, I could sit there and be planning out, okay, this is going to cause this and this is going to cause this. If I wanted to like take my time and stuff with it, I actually like to have a crack at stuff though. I haven't tried Three Sisters yet, but I have backed it. I'm in a group pledge for it, so I don't get updates and stuff, but yeah, it should be on the way at some point. I'm excited for it. I've heard good things. I think from you, Monica. You tested it, right? You work in the garden growing food. I'm looking forward to it. Got some good things coming from Kickstarters. Been able to back a few more Kickstarters than the 0 I have backed in recent years. So they should be great when they come along. I'm going to do a scroll with that 6. 2 and a 5. Let's cast. So 2 on the horde there. Clean this off. It's time for purple spell. It's time for multi-ball. This early on. But it does mean, multi-ball is great and everything, but you've got 2 balls hitting all these flipper spaces. I need to rest and then do another purple spell to do these ball save spaces. So 2 and a 4. Well, a 4 could go there quite nicely. But a 2 can't go up here. So I think let's do a 2 down here. And then this can jump to... It's a low down space, but it's still a 4 and it's a point, isn't it? And I can change dice. I need to remember that. Could have had it coming in up there. 3 and a 3. Well, 3 can put this up to the next EXP space. And then I could do 3 later to make it go up to this bumper and then hope that I get a 5 or a 6. This is getting a 3 and it's... Oh, this is getting a 3 and is going onto that bumper. Oh dear. So this ball is not going to be able to bounce up there. But it'll be okay. It can just come back down. 5 or a 6. Come on. 6. Brilliant. You can bounce to EXP. Oh, this can bounce down though as well, can't it? Brilliant. That bounces to EXP. Let's put the 6 with it to show that I've done that thing. Remember to clear EXP off, because that's going to be important. Although it's not going to get to bounce back there yet. I get level 5, which is 4 points. You are right, Steve. You're always right. So another point for multi-ball. And my level ups get doubled? I think so, right? Its points are doubled. Right, well, you've got all this on, I think. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. So, hello, Arizona. The whole of Arizona. Yeah, it's all explained in the first one, and this is the second board that I've played. I hope you enjoy watching because I think this game is fantastic. This is coming into the 3 on the bumper here. Oh, thank you for checking in there. 2 points for that. Only Horde isn't doubled. Oh, yes, and it specifically says it's not doubled. Okay. Hi, Coraloo. How's it going? You join us for some Dragonslayer. For the final ball of Dragonslayer, but it's a multi-ball. So you are bouncing. You went on EXP, so you can't bounce back up there. You got a 5 or a 6. I can't decrease it, but I can do Cat Familiar and say that it's a 3. I'm going to do it. Cat Familiar. That's a 3. And if I can bounce back and do a 5... Oh, level 5 spell. Thank you. Thank you, Rohit. Invisibility, score Horde. Fireball, fill and score any 2 boxes. Radiant Blast, erase the bumpers. What do you reckon? I'm going to leave this decision up to you. So I use Cat Familiar for you, and I can use either number to bring this down here. And it's going to have to just be attacking a goblin, isn't it? Let's use a 6. Yes, I did the simple Carniball to start with. And then since that only took about 50 minutes, I thought, let's go for another one. But I hadn't played this before. So I thought, let's give this a crack. Had to read through the rules a little bit, but I think this is fantastic. Radiant Blast with multiple. Yeah, I think being able to erase the bumpers is going to be a great thing to have. So I need a 5. Come on, 5. There we go. It's magic. So you can bounce back to the bumpers, get me a 5, which is doubled, and then the bumpers are full. They're getting cleaned. And so I need a 3. I want to be able to cast... No, I don't. I want to be able to rest, but there's no space for a 3 here. So that's going to have to be on cast, which is doubled. 2 more points. 4 or a 5. Well, from down here, this ball can't do anything else. This is going to have to fall down onto a bumper. It can fall down onto a 4. Yeah. And then, because this can come down onto a 5 onto the goblin and get 1, 2, 3 doubled points. Oh, if I can get fear on as well, that would be amazing. That would triple these as well as them being doubled for multi-ball. Okay. 3 or a 6. So I could cast a purple spell, but I don't need to erase the bumpers right now. Oh, maybe I should have taken something different. It will be good in a minute when they're, like, filled up again. But maybe I should have been able to, like... So if I could score any 2 boxes, I could wipe all of those spells. I'm gonna take back. I am gonna go for Fireball instead. Because this can come down here with a 6, cast this, which is 2 Horde, cast a purple spell, the only one I've got, which is Fireball. I want to fill in any 2 boxes. I could level up as well and learn any spell. But no, we're going to do Rest, which is 3 more Horde, and all of my spells are usable again, including my Cat Familiar and stuff. And then Cast is available too. This can bounce up with the 3 and get me a Horde thing. So Horde's on 22. And it would be doubled, wouldn't it? Come on. 6 and a 5. Well, this can bounce with a 6 or a 5. This is going to come down with a 5 and get me... It's double, isn't it? So I should get another 2 from that, another 3 from this, and then 4 from this. Horde's on 40. Oh, multi-ball. Oh, I should have got another one from doing that bumper. So a 5 or 6 is fine for there. And then this is going to come in with... It's going to come in on this one. Let's see. That can use the 5. That can use the 6. Double points. Because hopefully this can bounce to the 1 or 2 next time. 5 or 6. So this can bounce up again and do the 6, which is 2 horde because it's doubled. And then, do you know what? I am going to cat familiar and decrease. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So this can bounce on here again, level me up. So I am level 6. That gets me 5 points, which is 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And learn any spell. Let's learn the spell that lets me just choose a die number for when I get stuck. I think we've got plenty of purple spells. Because then EXP is empty again too. And we can just keep bouncing. So this one can bounce over here with a 6. And this one is on EXP, isn't it? So it can bounce over to here with a 1 and get me 2 points. Oh, I've lost a die. Here it is. 4 and a 3. So this has to bounce back to this one and can do a 4, which is 2 horde again. This can bounce up to the EXP with the 3. So that's going to have to fall down now. Learn the score of the horde spell. Oh, Steve, even better. What a good idea, Steve. Invisibility. I need to do cast to do it, but cast isn't that difficult to do, is it? So you are on EXP, and you can bounce down only with a 4. You have to come down anyway. And a 1 can hit that rat. So yeah, let's have you bounce here to the 4. And that's 2 more points. You have to come down, and you're hitting a rat for 2 points. Oh, let's get this horde spell. Oh, it's not... What? Is horde only not doubled up there? Is horde just never doubled? Is horde doubled when I do invisibility? I imagine horde just isn't doubled. I can check. So a 2 and a 3. 2 does the XP? Oh, wow. What's the spell called? Invisibility. I'm not sure, actually. Does anyone know? Because the dragon bonus specifically says you do not get the multi-ball bonus and double it. Do you get it from doing invisibility? Either way, I'm using this 2. Oh, rest should be emptied. I'm using this 2 on here, so this can bounce back. Level me up again, which I just keep getting the 5 points again. So that's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points, because it's doubled. Learn any spell. I am going to learn... Let's learn that change of dino. Or we could get summon dragon. And then score the horde. No, I'm gonna get command now, so I've got some control over stuff. And then the 3 is going to be you falling down and getting ready to cast something next time. EXP is wiped off again. Yeah, I think it seems a bit unfair, doesn't it? If like somebody gets to like 100 on it and then they can double it. That's pretty much like you've won, isn't it? If you manage that. 5 or 3, although there are things like that in it. It's pinball, isn't it? So 5 or a 3. We're going to do a 3. Either one works. We're going to do a 3, and you can be on the red bumper. And then with this, it can stay up here. Yeah, it can stay up here. 5 on that bumper. 2 more points. This is when multi-ball's paying off. 5 and a 4. Well, oh, perfect. You can bounce to the 4 on XP and can go to either bumper. And then you can go up to the 5 on dragon and do the 2 out of 3 space on that. 5 and a 1. Well, yeah, 5 is free up here. which is 2 more horde spaces. And then 1 can be fighting the rat for 2 more points. We're on 199. Am I? Yes, 199. 1 and a 4. Unfortunately, I can just choose a number, can't I, if I really need something. So the 4 is going to get us on cast here. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 more horde. And are we going to cast it? Got to cast it, haven't I? That is 62 points. I'm going to cast invisibility. Do I want to cast anything else first? No, I want to cast invisibility, surely. Cast invisibility. Score horde, which is 62 points. So 199, that's 261, isn't it? Wow. Oh yeah, 61. 261. I haven't nudged yet. Cast is empty. So that was with the 4, wasn't it? And then this one hasn't done anything yet. I can just do command to make it bounce to XP again, and maybe it'll bounce back. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to do command, turn that into a 5 or a 6 or something like that. Woof. So I've still got Raise Dead and Oh yeah, I've got Phantasm available. I assume I can't do multi-ball again. 5 and 3. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. 5's going to have to be there. Oh, it's not too unfortunate. It can't stay up in there forever, can it, in the bumpers? It'll fall down to 3, but then do scroll, which is 2 more horde, and we're so close to doing the horde, we need a 3 or a 4. And then I can... So I get 2 horde, and I can learn a spell. Flip a die, +1, -1 a die. Or just be sure that I can get 1 so it can come in here. And go back up to the bumpers. I would like the bumpers to be erased now, wouldn't I? The luck ran out with them. Let's go for Toad Familiar so I can just put a 1 in there. So then scroll is free again. So then 4 and a 2. Well, absolutely. 4 is going to be do the dragon, because that's another 66 points for doing horde. What am I on? 61 plus 66. So that's 127, isn't it? So 327 I should be on. Ah, I dropped the pen. It came off the eraser. Oh yeah, 25, 26, 27. Wow. And then, so that was with the 4. You were going to fall down and cast me a spell. I need ball saves. 2 more points for that. 5 or a 1. Well, you can come down to a 1 here. Onto the flipper. 5, you can get to the goblin, maybe? 3 and a 6. Well, 3 can put me up here and maybe level up again. 2 points for that bumper. 6 can bring me back down to cast, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 more horde. And then 2 more points. And I will cast 2 ball saves. I will cast Raise Dead. So I want a 1 or a 2. And I've got a 1 in the Toad Familiar. I need to rest again, don't I? 1 and a 5. Well, 1 gets me EXP. And I can get 10 points again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And learn any spell. And then we'll get grow and use it to increase a die by 1 to 6 so that this ball can come down onto the red flipper. And then 4 and 4. That's not going to help me on the bumpers. Could do with wiping the bumpers now. So 4 is going to have to be the scroll. Oh, cast is available again, isn't it? And up here, we can do the 4 space on the dragon. Can we do that before the end? There's a chance. If we get the right numbers. 5 and a 3. Do I want to do another purple spell? Fear would be alright, but resting's probably more useful. It's just, is there enough time to rest? Probably not. Whereas if we cast this, we could do fear. And I could have got a purple spell though, couldn't I? That would have... I've got fireball. Yeah, let's do that. So let's do... Yeah, let's just do 3 on there. That's 2 points. And then this falls down and does 5 on the scrolls. 3 and a 4. Well, you can fall down there with the 3 and use a ball save. Still got 1. You can fall down there with a 4. That's 4 more horde. And let's do fireball. Fill in any 2 boxes and I could cast again. But surely the 2 boxes I want to do, let's do fireball, fill and score any 2 boxes. So I can't wipe the erasers with that, but I can do the 2 dragon spaces. That's another 82 points. What? So what am I on right now? 345. So another 82 points is 427. Is that right? Does that sound right? Six, 7. Wow. So then, which flipper did I want to put it on? I don't think we're going to get to do the dragon again. I'll put it on the yellow. Maybe we'll get to bounce up. So 1 and 4. That's going to have to be the 1 up there to get me 2 more horde. And then the 4 will just bring this down and use my last ball save. And I'll put it on the yellow again. See, I don't think the dragon's going to happen. And then 1 and a 3. So this... What spells have I got that I haven't used? Phantasm, multi-ball, which I don't think I can use. Well, I can't just use it willy-nilly. So 3 will keep this in, but 1 can't get to the flippers. I'm going to do 3 just so I can stay on with there. And then, at great risk to myself, I'm going to do my first nudge and change that 1 to a 2. So I get 2 horde there. If I can get a 2 next time, that will wipe the bumpers. And maybe we'll be in this a little bit longer. But let's see. As long as I don't get the same number. Oh! Oh well. It had to end at some point, didn't it? That, unfortunately, for the second time this evening, is a case of doing a not very risky nudge and tilting straight away. So my balls are lost. That is the end of the 3rd and final round as well. But that is 427 points, which... You know, if we're comparing to the 109 I managed in Carniball, yeah, just trying to getting too close to the Dragon's Flames there. Had spent so much time in this 3rd round though. Is like the majority of the game, isn't it? Of getting multi-ball and managed to just stay bouncing around those bumpers for ages and ages and ages. Wow, that. I am very, very, very pleased with that. The number, did I get to score the horde like 3 times in that round? Maybe 4? And then you double in all the other points that you get? Wow. Absolutely fantastic table. And yeah, as I've said in all of the posts and the beginning of the stream and stuff, I absolutely loved Super Skilled Pinball just from the print and play of Carniball, which I still think is absolutely fantastic. But wow, Dragonslayer, yeah, kind of blows it away. I hope that we'll be playing this at the weekend, because I would like to play the other tables as well, but I would like to show off Dragonslayer. It is, it's one of those games. It depends what kind of gamer that you are. If you're playing this multiplayer, that you are all kind of just cursing the dice collectively, but you're just doing your own thing and comparing how well you managed to do. And you might well look over, if this was a multiplayer game and you didn't get quite so lucky, you might all be finished and just watching me just constantly ping back and forward from the bumpers to the XP and stuff. But oh wow, I love that. And there's still 2 tables to discover, and then a new standalone expansion at some point this year for America, I imagine. I don't know for the rest of the world, that will have 4 whole new tables on it. Absolutely fantastic. Maybe we will do another stream soon that can have Hacker, what was it called? Cyber Hack, and the most difficult of the tables, Disco Stew. Maybe we'll be doing that and having Disco Inferno and the Boogie track, the Boogie bonus. We'll see all about that. I would love to do another stream anyway. We'll see how the schedules work out. There's potentially an exciting extra Imperium stream on the way that may well involve the designers. We'll see all of that stuff that's coming up. For me, though, that is it. I don't think we should do another one tonight. We should save it and have another double stream at some point, I think. I will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. BST for a revisit of Noosefjord. Fantastic, snappy Uwe Rosenberg fishing game. All about building and stuff, of course. Hope you can join me there if you're about, or you can watch it later, of course. All of this is made possible thanks to Patreon. Of course, like the video, subscribe on any of the various platforms that you can see this on. Thank you very much to everyone that does that already. Thank you for being with me here tonight and watching the efforts at Pinball. I think it was a bit of a damp squib, my performance in Carnivall, but I think I made up for it a little bit with my first time Dragonslayer. That's the way, isn't it, to do... That's the way to start. That's the experience to have your first time on the table. Then you're like, oh yes, I'm amazing at this game, and it is amazing. Oh yes, there will be some Gloomhaven Digital as well. I'll be joining Paul for some Gloomhaven Digital quite soon as well. All to be worked out in the future, though. For now, it's time to get out of this scorching hot room and go and have a cool down elsewhere in the house. Thank you very, very much for joining me for this. I hope you enjoyed Super Skill Pinball as much as I did. Maybe, on the next stream, I think there's a P&P for this, right? For Cyberhack. Maybe. If there is, I'll try and put a link up in advance, and you can maybe play along. I didn't think about that until someone mentioned it at the start of this stream. Anyway, I keep acting as if I'm ending the video and then not ending it, so I will actually end it now. Thank you very, very much for being here, and see you very soon. Bye everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.